So today we're back at Knott's Berry Farm. We're at the Knott's Taste of Boysenberry Festival. Another food event, just like all the other ones they've been doing. So I don't really have to introduce it. We're gonna go ahead and start heading off to the different food areas. Same thing as normal. 5 items for the adults, 3 items for the kids. And we just got some super exciting, possible exciting news that I'll share in just a little bit. So join us on this experience. So here is the map for the Taste of Boysenberry Festival. And then as you can see, they've got the park laid out with all the different areas. You can scan the QR code and get probably the digital map with information and likely the menu as well, which of course is always on the little lanyard. So we're gonna head over to Sutter's first and try and get some Beyond Meatballs. So here we are coming up on the entrance for Sutter's, where we're gonna get the Beyond Meatballs and mac and cheese bites. We always seem to get the bites. And as you can see, the beautiful thing, it's a Friday night and there's no line at all. I don't know if it'll grow as the night gets a little later because it's only 4:30 right now. It's open till 9, but we'll see. And I'm really excited about the Beyond Meatballs. All right, so here's the Beyond Meatballs. It comes with 2 meatballs, 3 little pita slices, and then it's on some rice. And then the macaroni and cheese bites this time comes with tater tots, and then it's like a spicy boysenberry ketchup. So these both look really good, and I'm excited to try them both. First, I'm gonna go in for the spicy ketchup, which Ashley already tried a little bit, and it got a whoo out of her. So here it is with a little bit of the ketchup on it. Definitely sneaks up on you pretty quickly with the heat. Now the part I was really excited for. It's a pretty big meatball. It actually looks flat though, like it's probably one big meatball cut in half is what I suspect it to be. So I'm trying to cut it without breaking the fork. And then, yep, as you look in it, you can see if I can get out of the frame. You can tell it's definitely Beyond. I'm not gonna try to break it in half anymore, so here we go. I mean this in a good way for anybody who's had the luck of trying what I'm about to compare it to, is that it reminds me of an MRE veggie burger, which comes in barbecue sauce. MREs are the army food, the military food that we take out when we, are going out camping, if you will. But it's a really good flavor. I think it's a boysenberry barbecue sauce as well. But the texture for the meatball is really good. It's a little firm, almost like it's not super fresh, but it's still really good. Let me try the rice, because let me look and see what the rice was. It's a cauliflower cilantro rice. So I think it's like riced cauliflower. Yeah, that's really good. I want to try a bite of it together. And then, of course, the pita is the pita, so I don't need to try that. So this is a success.
You should try this and this and this with it.
That's a lot of food at the same time to try. Okay, so a little different change, or a little change from normal, is right next to Sutter's. They have another window that they've added, which everyone's confused with because they keep trying to walk to the left of it where everybody normally exits, and they keep turning everybody around because they have that new window, and it's desserts. So we decided to keep the table and go grab it. It's a fun bun with boysenberry glaze, and here it is. It's the size of a giant donut, or I guess a normal donut, with boysenberry glaze all over it. And we got it for him, but this thing's huge, which means he's never going to bed. But it's really hot, I can feel, so it's too hot for him right now. So I'm gonna cut into it. Actually, here, let me move the camera so we can actually see it. So let's cut into it and see what's going on with it. Okay, so it's like I thought it was. So it's a cinnamon bun. Let's see if I can get it open. And you can see it's like a regular cinnamon bun on the inside with this glaze. Let me try a little bit of the glaze real quick. Yep. Ashley nailed it. Pure sugar. Pure sugar to be washed down with more pure sugar in the form of boysenberry punch. Oh boy. Oh, it's gonna be so sweet. The cinnamon bun's pretty good, but I can barely taste it because the frosting or the glaze is so overpowering. That's pretty much all I get. I want to try a little bit of the bun by itself. Yeah, it's not spectacular. It's not bad. It's just a run-of-the-mill cinnamon bun. So up next is the Grizzly Creek Lodge, and what they have this time is a mashed potato bowl, and you can get your choice of protein, and we are going with tofu, and then it comes with corn as well. So that's super exciting. This is interesting. It took me a second to figure out what's going on. So here's the bowl. The boysenberry part it's boysenberry mashed potatoes. You can see it's kind of lavender color. And then these kind of look like little chicken nuggets cut up. Yeah, it's almost looks like a McDonald's nugget. But it's definitely not chicken, I can tell that. So it's like a fried tofu. I wasn't sure exactly what it was gonna be like, so I'm gonna try this first. Well, that's pretty good. It's a really good flavorful batter. And then the tofu is almost kind of mushy inside, but that makes it sound bad. It's mushy in a good way. Now I'll try some of this boysenberry. Oh, wow. So the boysenberry mashed potatoes, here's an actual whole berry in it. So that's interesting. So try the potatoes. I'm gonna get some corn in it because it's already mixed in a little bit. Wow. Wow, that is really good. This is probably one of the best things I've had at any of the Knott's festivals. The combination of the mashed potatoes with the corn reminds me a lot of my, when I was growing up, my dad would make shepherd's pie, and it was a very basic recipe. It'd have the meat on the bottom, and then the corn, and then a layer of potatoes. There was no gravy or anything. It was just those three stacked together. So I get that from this. Obviously the ground beef's not there, but the potatoes and the corn are just really, really good. Now I kind of want to try it with, if you can see the big berry that's in here, I'm going to try it with that. Definitely adds a certain level of sweetness to it. But yeah, all in all, I would easily eat this bowl again, and I would eat the whole thing and just be content with that. So definitely recommend this. We're all done with the mashed potatoes, heading over to try something brand new. So we'll have that momentarily. But as I mentioned in the beginning, there's some exciting news, possible news. So today is March 5th, again, the opening day of the Boysenberry Festival. Today, just a couple hours ago, KTLA sent out a notification for an article that since basically cases are continuing to decrease in Greater California, that it's possible that theme parks could reopen as early as April 1st, which is in just about 3 weeks from right now. They sent us some information about it with what the guidelines would be, and depending on what kind of category they're in, how many people they could let in. But hopefully that comes to fruition, which means in just a few weeks we'll be able to start going back to the local theme parks again. Could be all of them, but it'll be based on the county they're located in. So stay tuned for more updates about that exciting news in the coming weeks. So here's the entrance to G, which is being called the Silver Bullet Booth and Dippin Dots. So what's going on here is all new, brand new. It's Boysenberry Dippin Dots. I'll zoom in real quick while we're waiting, just to look at the stand. So this is a little exciting to try. I'm not the hugest fan of all stuff Boysenberry, but since it's the Boysenberry Festival, obviously that's why there's the theme. So we'll go get some and see what those are about. There we go, yeah. So Dippin Dots, just like any Dippin Dots. Obvious lavender color to it for the Boysenberry. I'm not sure what's going on with that. It's a seed maybe, but all right. So here goes nothing. I don't know why I was about to blow it like it's hot. Ooh, my teeth. Ooh, that hurt. That was really cold. Not bad. I don't, actually it kind of tastes just like the Boysenberry fruit punch, or the Boysenberry punch, I guess, in a Dippin' Dots form, which, again, not my favorite-ish drink of all time, but not terrible. That is so cold on the teeth. If you like the punch, you will love the dots. I'll put it that way. We're right back over near our favorite place of the park, which, as you can tell, is Ghost Rider here, and then right through these double doors, or this gate, is what is normally Not Scary Farm. So hopefully they have that this year. But we're over at the Wagon Wheel Pizza, as it has been for the last several events.
They have the boysenberry
And
ravioli if you want to
oh, perfect. So we came over here to get, I'll zoom in, you won't be able to see it though, is a beer cheese soup in a bread bowl, but not listed on the card. They have the boysenberry ravioli and an Alfredo sauce. So
it's limited.
it's a limited item, so that's why they don't have it listed on the main menu or on the card. So we might, I don't know, maybe we'll get both of those because we were looking for both of them and they happen to be at the same place.
So here's the two items. Here is the boysenberry ravioli. I must admit it looks rather interesting. Maybe it tastes a lot better than it looks. Little dark in this lighting, but you can see it's just a really, really strong lavender color. Can't really tell what's going on with it. Here's the beer cheese soup. The boysenberry streaks almost make it look like bacon through this screen, but it's got croutons on the top. It just looks like a really rich beer cheese. Just a perfect time for it because it just started to kind of drop in temperature. Put the jackets on, and it's getting a little cold out. So this should be the perfect complement to the weather. So I am running into a little bit of a problem where my stomach's getting filled up pretty quickly. So I'm probably not going to eat much of both of these because we still have quite a few items. I barely finished my card just now. Ashley's card is still full. So that might be more desserty and drinks maybe. But I have to try this really unique looking ravioli. It's a little tough to get through to stab it. But I'm going to make sure that I get it all. I'm just going to get what looks like an entire ravioli. Smells very pasta-y. All I smell is the pasta to it, and it's an Alfredo sauce, but everything is purple or lavender, so I think it's like Alfredo, like boysenberry Alfredo, and then boysenberry like stuffing in the ravioli. So here goes. It's a little more dry than your average ravioli, because normally ravioli is in some sort of like a creamy sauce or tomatoey sauce or something. This doesn't really have a sauce to it. Because of the boysenberry, it kind of tastes almost like a dessert ravioli is kind of what I get from it. I can definitely feel the fresh boysenberry in it with the seeds and everything. It's not terrible. It's not my favorite at all. Ashley's saying that she really doesn't like it. I wouldn't order it again, but I would finish this. I'll probably take a couple bites, but I'm getting really full as it is, and we're only part way through the night. I don't know what kind of person would really like this. It's hard for me to tell. Like, I can taste the pasta cutting through. It's very sweet as well. So I'm going to set that aside and move over to what I really wanted, and it's a lot in here, is the beer cheese. So kind of almost just looks like a spoonful of nacho cheese. Here we go. Definitely contrast from the ravioli. There's definitely a smoky flavor to it. Tastes like a really good like beer cheese that would be like with pretzels to dip in, or like this would be a really good like a dip for like tortilla chips or something. A little bit of sweetness with the boysenberry drizzle on it. This is definitely way better than the ravioli.
So as we were finishing up the soup, Ashley realized there was a stand right next to where we were sitting that had the basil or the boysenberry and basil lemonade that she wanted to try. Because the last time she got a basil lemonade had leaves of basil in it. She didn't care for it too much. She doesn't really like basil. I love basil. So we got this one. You can see it's got kind of like a pink hue to it. I was a little disappointed when they poured it because I was expecting basil leaves in it. So I said, oh, well, maybe it's infused with basil. And boy, was I right. I get no boysenberry in this whatsoever. Obviously lemonade, but it kind of tastes like I'm drinking basil. It's a little overpowering. She took a sip and immediately was not pleased with it. We let Declan take a sip, and he took a sip, said, yummy, shuddered like that, and then said, ew. So that was funny, but I think it's pretty good. You're gonna wanna like basil if you're gonna get this drink, because otherwise you will not like it. something we haven't seen in a long time. Live music.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Crazy Kirk and the Hillbillies.
So for the last 20 minutes or so, 30 minutes, we've been doing a little Easter egg hunt. That was for the kids. And it ends up with meeting the Easter Bunny, which is up in the Charles Schultz Theater. You can see the marquee right there. So we'll head up the ramp to where we normally go to see the Elvira show during Scary Farm, even though she's not here anymore. And then we'll go up and see the Easter Bunny, or Declan will at least. And now it's Declan's turn. You gotta yell so he can hear you. He's waving. Alright, so we got a couple items, possibly the last. We've got the boysenberry tart, and then a boysenberry watermelon cucumber, I think it was Fresca. So we'll try both of those. Oh, pineapple. I'm sorry, there's pineapple in there. Oh, it's a little hard to cut with a little plastic fork, and I don't want to break it, so let's see if I can try it a different way.
Get a knife.
Yes, get a knife. There, I got a little bit of it, so. A little bit of whipped cream. Declan ate the chocolate thing.
And it says
Woohoo! Woohoo! Not for me. Oh man. Yeah. It kind of tastes like a really bitter orange Julius almost. Is what it kind of tastes like to me. I mean, it's in the name. It's a tart, so it is very tart. Yeah. It's good, don't get me wrong. If you like this kind of food, you'll like it. It is not my type of food. I will probably pass on the rest of this one. Declan oddly likes sour foods though, so he'll probably like this. And then Ashley will like it. So we'll move on to the Fresca now to wash that down. This is much better. It's really hard for me to say what the flavor is actually on this since that just destroyed my taste buds, but I can definitely taste the Fresca-ish in it. Oh yeah, so the tart, it's a boysenberry key lime tart, and then the drink is the boysenberry, cucumber, and pineapple aqua fresca. So no watermelon, as I accidentally previously said. Yeah, I definitely like this better than the basil lemonade. Again, I still like the basil lemonade. Ashley hated it. She loves this tart. She's killing it. Not my thing. So that wraps up another nice outing to a Knott's Berry Farm Food Festival. Again, this one was the Boysenberry Festival, so clearly, as the name implies, everything had a boysenberry theme to it. Lots of good foods today, tried lots of new things. Almost nothing was the same as before. My favorite of the night was definitely the boysenberry mashed potatoes and tofu. I just thought that had a really good flavor blend to it. Other things were good and other things not so good. We won't relive those ones. But all in all, it was a good event. Opening night tonight. Again, we've got some really, really exciting and secretive upcoming things. I still don't want to give it away yet, but you'll know in a couple weeks what that is. But so I hope you liked the video. If so, please give us a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to the channel. If you ring the bell below, you get notifications of all the future videos. As always, be kind and be real, and join us on our next experience.